Liverpool 1, Wolves 0. Welcome back to Kang Bros TV. Whew. Boy, that game was tough. I'm so glad we got the 3 points and just got the fuck out of there. First of all, Wolves. Enough respect to Wolves. I actually like Wolves as a team. Them and Sheffield United for me, them two teams there, every week play decent football and they got some serious players. And they made it really frustrating for Liverpool today. Yes, I think Liverpool were off it a little bit, and you could tell the tiredness for me really showing through today, especially. And I was very surprised that Klopp didn't make more changes. But I think at the same time he had a bit of dilemma because this game he knew he needed to get 3 points. It was going to be tough, so he's like, I might just risk this one and keep the players on there. So, I mean, Wolves well played, but I'm just happy that we got through that one.
2019. Safe. Cheers.
2019 was mad. 28 games, 27 wins. Fuck with that.
Listen, I think it's one of those, where you look at it and think, watching that game, like I said to you, because we watched it separately, I was like, listen, Liverpool were just not at it. We weren't at it. But that's maybe because that's the standard that was set at that Leicester game, that you think they need to hit that all the time. This performance today kind of epitomises the season for me, as in like, we haven't played great. So this season, it's like we haven't played great, but we're winning. And we've always been envious of teams in the past. United, a prime example of it. And you can't knock them for it because they used to play shit. You watch the games, you'd be like, how is this team top of the league? Boom, trophy sorted, done, finished. Do you know what I mean? And it's one of those where we used to look at it and with envy a little bit like, I wish we could do that. We'd play brilliantly and get tucked 2-0, 2 attacks, 2 breaks, whatever. So I think for me, I don't care. We weren't great. Loads of credit to Wolves because I thought they hustled real well at the back. The defenders, the fullback, the wing backs. The way that they were just hassling, they wouldn't let anyone settle. Mo Salah was frustrating again, but as I always say every week, he still gets in those positions. It's always him getting the chances. So I'm not overly, concerned about that. What I will say is, 2-3 years ago when we watched it, how many times did we sit here and say Sadio Mane is so frustrating because his decision making is poor? Do you know what I mean? So they have it in turns. It swings and roundabouts. But if it means he makes bad decisions and still scores goals and we win games, no problems. Because the front three are relentless. So I'm happy with that.
The talking point seems to be for this game has been all around VAR. Now, we're going to get into a bit of a debate here, right? Because first of all, VAR for me today has come through and come with the right decision. How you can say the first goal should be disallowed is not even up for debate. It's not for conversation.
I agree with you. I do agree with you. But my biggest problem with it is, and I get the frustration of people, that no one knows what's going on. Nobody knows what's going on. No one's got any context. No one's been able to tell you what the situation is. It's just, you literally standing around like that. All right, mate? How you getting on? How's missus, all right? Yeah, how's the kids? Do you know what I mean? That's what you might as well be doing on the pitch. Rugby, right? And I'm not a big rugby fan, but the way that they have respect for the officials, and when there is a referral, a review system or whatever, you can hear the correspondence. Now, I know that opens a can of worms because then it gives a pundit something to talk about. But that's fine. We're in the entertainment business. Graham Souness said it earlier. It is the entertainment business. So if it's a consultation and people are aware, people in the stadium can understand and hear and stuff like that, I think that bridges the gap a little bit. I think the goal should have stood. For me, I don't think Verge's was a handball, and I don't think Lallana's was either. So I think that goal should have stood.
The Verge handball is actually a joke. When I look at it and I see the replays, not a single person in the Wolves shirt appeals for it when it goes on initially. Suddenly everyone screams it's a handball, and then when you look at it in slow motion, it's literally rolled off his chest and nearly alongside. I'm not denying it's very close to his arm, but it's not a handball. Do you know what I mean? And as people, you're clutching at straws. You really are. It's sad.
The other thing I will say is, Nuno Espirito Santo, safe. He left Adama Traore on the bench and he left Raul Jimenez on the bench to start with. I was like, safe. Because I know that Adama Traore would have caused problems. And he did when he come on. He's an absolute problem. And Raul Jimenez, the movement, is just so intelligent. So I was happy with that. But yeah, like I said, that for me, that's right. That is right. The decision was good.
Yeah.
So on that front, VAR, I think came to the party there. But the Wolves goal, for me, that should have stood. That's not offside for me.
First of all, that goal should never have stood because of the celebration. Yeah, Neto. I don't know what you were doing, bruv. Some dead whack celebration. I was thinking, what is this guy doing with his dead celebration? I was so glad to see his face. He's not doing this to the crowd and that. Bruv, can't chalk that goal off, man. Get out of here with that stupidness. But yes, it should have stood. I agree with you as well. It's very, 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 very close. But on a technicality, he's offside.
But this is the problem we have.
Yeah,
right.
But on technicality, he's offside, isn't it?
The thing is, right? If you
Not
look
saying I agree with it, by the way.
there was the goal. Is it in the Spurs game, right? Offside. Man City game, offside by millimeters. It happened in a few games this weekend. Crystal Palace. I'm looking at it and thinking to myself, if these are all offside, we're literally left with no game. Do you know what I mean? This offside rule needs a bit of clarity. It needs a bit of polishing for me.
Yeah, but look, everyone keeps saying that, right? All the pundits keep saying, "Oh yeah, there needs to be clarity, rare." But what is the solution? So let's come up with some solutions. I mean, Souness came out with one, right? About the body. If the one part of the body is behind the line from the striker, that's enough. Yeah. If something else is off, that's a solution. He's coming out with something. I appreciate that. But there was some pundit saying, "Oh, this is entertainment. We're scratching goals off, so we should be leading it towards the striker and stuff, so we get more goals." What? So what about the defenders who are keeping a tight line? I don't agree with that.
Listen, I know that I sit on the fence here. I don't have a solution. I know that it needs looking at, but that's somebody's job. Someone's getting paid big dough to do that. If you pay me big dough, I'll give you 8-9 solutions. They might be whack, but I'll give you solutions.
My solution,
but that's not my job.
My solution, as I said to you earlier, is there needs to be a distance for an offside to be considered a offside. If it's very close, like you're talking arms, you're talking elbows, you're talking armpits, it doesn't count. Nutsacks, foot, whatever, it's not gonna be offside. I think that is something that people can, because at the end of the day, the purpose of the rule was to stop people being goal hanging. Do you know what I mean?
And that's what you have to remember. What the whole principle of it is. If someone checks a run, and like half his body's offside, but he's got a big nose, and his nose is offside, and it's like, well, he's actually checked a run or whatever, like the armpit thing. That for me then is not offside. I don't think it should be offside because I think that's good forward play. Because it's hard to get past these defenders these days. So there needs to be some form of, wriggle room around it. But for me, it's getting a bit of a farce now. Every game we're talking about it. I feel sorry for Sheffield United. Goal chalked off for offside, which was marginal, and then for what actually happened there, I do feel sorry for him. I feel sorry for Wolves. The game against Man City, they had two decisions go against them madly, and then the same thing today. So
no, but hold on. You say you feel sorry for Wolves. We had the same shit for Watford and Villa. The armpit hole thing. So why should we feel sorry for somebody else?
What I'm saying,
we've been done by it.
Of course. What I'm trying to say is, I'm putting myself in Wolves' position. They've had two games of that magnitude in a space of days, and both VAR decisions have gone against them. That's where I'm like, that's where my empathy is. Everyone has it. Everyone's got to deal with it, right? But what I'm saying is, for Wolves, they've played so well over two games. They beat City in the end, and they deserve to, and they deserve something out of today's game. You say what you want, they deserve something out of today's game. They were forcing the issue a lot more. The other thing I was going to say is...
But before you go on that, you say they deserve one, but they only really had half chances. Can you really remember one chance where Wolves should have buried it and should have been a goal?
Well, they did, and it was chalked off, right?
No, but...
And then after that, towards the end, there's a couple of times when they've shot over, which I guess you could turn around and say that's a half chance, but they've cut Liverpool open and they've had the chances and they've pulled it back.
I'm going to say cut them open, but...
Yeah, and obviously Van Dijk's mistake to show he is human at the end of the day. But yeah, listen, I don't want to get too caught up in it. Liverpool it's not that they played rubbish. They played well. They've got the 3 points, and you move on to the next one. Thank you, 2019. It's been a pleasure. Now we move on to 2020, and hopefully we can get the job done. But at the moment, I think if Man City drop 4 points in the next 5 games, so they lose and they get a draw, for me, I'm going to start saying it.
I ain't saying shit. I'm surprised you've said that, to be honest, because I'm not saying nothing until it's mathematically done, finished, complete, whatever. Like, I've seen a lot of Liverpool fans of the newer generation and that they don't really remember the struggles. You know what I mean? They're already gassed, saying it's already done. It ain't done. It ain't done. I ask any Liverpool fan now, if Virgil van Dijk was to get injured, how would you feel going to the next 4 games?
True.
How would you feel?
True.
Well, and then it'll be like a roller coaster of defeats, mate. I'm telling you. So.
True.
All I'm saying is until it's completely finished, done, this impossible thing about, I ain't celebrating nothing. And all the other fans, they're trying to put a jinx on it, trying to hate. I know what you're doing. All these other fans saying, "Oh yeah, congratulations on winning the league." Well, get out of my face with that bullshit. Like I said, everyone's trying all kinds of stuff to get in people's head and all this kind of stuff. But
anyway, forgetting that, put that to one side. Like I said, it's good going to the game in the individual performances. Who would you say was your man of the match today?
It's gonna be surprising. I think because for me, it's 2 people. Gomez and Lallana. I just felt that the thing is with Lallana was a weird one. Even though I would give for his effort 100%, he got the assist and he was about, and you could tell Lallana was about. He was out here trying to chase Traore above. Do you know what I mean? Adam Lallana. But the thing was, we touched on earlier when Naby Keita came on. the dimension of the game changed. I'm not saying that Lallana played poorly, but what I'm saying is we had a lack of opportunities for Liverpool going forward.
Yeah, and he kind of has that because he's got
that's it.
He's got the ball to get the ball in a position that's quite difficult and try and move his feet and whatever. And I think that's impressive. For me, Gomez, man of the match today. I thought he was boss. There's the pace, and it's weird because when you've got like everyone fit and he plays, you look at him and think he's actually had a poor game there. That's annoying. That's annoyed me. Now we needed him to step up, and he is stepping up. And now you look at it and you think, well, Matip ain't getting in. And then you can say what you want. I know you like Matip, but at the moment, if you're going to go on the principles that you've had before, if he's played well, you leave him in. You leave him in now.
That's what you expect. That's all I expect from a player. Is when you get the opportunity, you take it with both hands, and you make it hard for the manager to say, okay, put the other.
I'd love to. And the other thing I want to ask a question to people who are watching is about Conor Coady. Now, I said to him, I was like, for me, Scouser, Liverpool player. Obviously, he's a Liverpool fan, played for Liverpool, bleeds red, all that sort of stuff, right? He should be playing for Liverpool for me. Lovren, thanks very much. Shake hands. It's been a pleasure. Yeah, it's been a rocky ride, but I think now it's not your time. Go to AC Milan or Roma or these teams that you were linked with. Thanks very much. Coady, Gomez, Matip. I obviously want Koulibaly. Obviously, I want Koulibaly. I'm not, but. If we're looking at it and what it means to him to play for, and I know your argument is that he's playing regularly at the moment, European football, whatever. He'll get games at Liverpool. He will get games. But I think he'd be a perfect person to bring in because he's had the experience of the ups and downs. I know some people are going to listen to me, listen to this and say, you're on crack. Because why would you want to go almost take a step back, and go get Coady when you can go and get somebody else across Europe? But guarantee someone he's not going to play every week. Someone who can come in, someone who knows the club, someone that means something too. I think he fits the mould.
I definitely don't think it's a step back going for Conor Coady. Not done that at all. But I just think for him personally, right now where he's at in his career, he's absolutely flying, buzzing. Everyone's talking about him. He's playing week in, week out. Wolves are doing really well. They play great football. Do your thing. But I completely get what you're saying. Like if someone comes to you with the opportunity to play for Liverpool, are you going to take it? And that's the question.
Yeah, and that's why I think if you're looking at it now, I'm thinking it fits, doesn't it? It fits the mould and his passion and desire. And like he could do with someone else like that. Do you know what I mean? Imagine another Scouser in the team, like, born and bred Liverpool and all that sort of stuff. The other thing is, I'm sure loads of people picked up on it, but who saw Klopp hugging and talking to Adama Traoré after the game?
Excuse me. Everyone saw that.
Yeah!
Man's are coming for a tight hug, bruv. Tight.
Spoke to him and said, listen, January's coming up. Just make sure you don't get injured. You're coming through. Imagine that. Master.
And just to finish things off, to end the year, Minamino is on his way, bruv. He's going to be here next time we play. And what an addition and what a time to bring him in right now, just for a bit of injection. So.
And the other thing is we talked about, Haaland and that sort of stuff. He's going to Borussia Dortmund. I won't say anything else. I won't say anything else to anybody else, but you all know what I'm saying. You all know what I mean.
Ollie's at the wheel.
Oh, fucking hell. Do you know what I mean? He's at the wheel. But listen, we're going to wish everyone a happy new year. It's been a good 2019.
And thanks for all the support as well. For all people, everyone who watches this week in, week out, you guys know who you guys are. You always comment. We're always commenting back. And if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be here doing this right now. So massive thank you and hope you have a great new year. Until the next game, don't forget to share, like, subscribe and comment.